I received an amazing question from you guys this past week, and that was, how do we know the difference between our intuition or if it's fear? And that is such a good question. And if you're asking yourself that, let me tell you, you are on the path to listen more to your intuition. You are, because you're asking that question. The fact that you're asking that question is already you developing your own soul talk. It's like, okay, I want to know between the two. I don't want to live in fear. I want to make sure it's my intuition. So I'm going to share with you today in today's video all about knowing how to differentiate between the two, how to listen more to your intuition, the purpose behind fears, and so much more. So don't forget to hit the subscribe, put a thumbs up if you're enjoying these videos, and I'm so glad you're back. Let me know how your healing journey is going. It can be up and down, there can be valleys and mountains, there can be a lot of emotional pain. Let me know how you are doing, and we will get right into it. Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Evangeline. Welcome back to my channel. On this channel, we talk about spiritual awakening, inner child work, and self-development, and I believe that they're all intertwined. And so I'm here to help you make sense of things, help you to give you balance, direction, clarity, and every video, my goal is that you take away some value to apply and embody into your life, into your healing journey. And so this week is all about fear and intuition. How do we know the difference between the two? And my goal is that you will have more clarity. You'll also have tools to apply to your life after this video. I want to give you some really simple human examples of how your intuition is always talking to you. So that's number one. If you're taking notes, I want you to know your intuition's always talking to you. Your soul talk is there. Your intuition has always been there, and sometimes it can just be hard to distinguish. It can be really easy to hesitate and question your intuition, because sometimes your intuition is telling you, because your soul knows. You know, but it can make no sense when your intuition speaks to you and you haven't really given it room to speak. You will hesitate. You'll still do the thing that makes logical sense because it's telling you something and it doesn't make sense at all. And I experienced that over and over and over again, where it's like, okay, I'm going to do this thing that doesn't make sense because I know it's my soul talking. And so sometimes I'm laughing with source, I'm laughing with spirit, because it's like, okay, I'm going to go do this crazy thing, or I'm going to walk away and it doesn't make any sense. And sometimes you're like, why? And then sometimes it's like, oh, okay, I got it now. But we don't get to see the whole picture with our human brain, and so our brain wants to make logical sense, and then your intuition's like, do the thing, and you're like, no, that makes no sense. So I want you to know within your being that your intuition is always there. It's always talking to you. You don't need to be worried about missing it. This is not a place to come from judgment, fear, or shame. So if you're saying to yourself, well, I'm going to miss my intuition and I don't know when it's going to talk to me, and there's a lot of shame and fear and judgment, that right there is not your intuition. That's fear. And so number one is just relax, take some deep breaths, and know that your intuition's talking to you. And we are just going to take off the layer of fear a little bit more today so you can hear it. And so my first example of how I can explain this to you, because it's something that just happened to me last week. I was starting to get cold, right? I'm in Canada. It's beautiful fall weather today, actually. The sun's out. It's warmer than it has been. But for probably 4 or 5 days, it was so cold. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's that time of year where I need to go buy nylons and I need to go buy tights, because I wear them underneath my pants. They make me feel warmer because I'm always shivering. And there was something in my body telling me, you don't need to go get them yet. And my logical brain was like, yes, I do. I am cold. I'm going to need them very soon. And I want that control of, I better go get them now so I have them when I need them, right? And so because I've spent a lot of time working on myself, I was like, okay, I'm not going to control. I will get the nylons in divine timing. Yes, even nylons, okay, in divine timing. I release control. I'm going to enjoy my weekend. I was with my family. I was like, I'm just going to enjoy. Well, someone from my family was there, and this person came up to me after a couple of days of my brain and my body back and forth going, I need to run to the store and get nylons for when I need them. No, you don't. Just wait. Well, this person in my family had a full bag of nylons to give me. And these nylons are going to probably last me 5 years. And so it might seem really mundane, it might seem really silly, this example, but this is what I want you guys to really, really know and understand and take the pressure off yourself. It doesn't have to be this big, big thing. Take it one step at a time. And that's what intuition is too, and I'll get to that in a minute. So often we are looking for the big thing for our intuition to tell us, and it can be in the smallest, mundane, everyday life thing where I just look at this person, I look at the bag, and I put my head back and I start laughing because it's like, of course, my body, my soul could already connect with the fact that someone was going to bring me a full bag. I didn't need to worry about it. I didn't need to have control. I didn't need to stress about going to the store and getting nylons. Just like 2 or 3 days later, a whole bag was presented to me by someone else. When you are developing your intuition, I want you to take the pressure off yourself in this way of what is one really small thing that you can focus on today, and just give your intuition permission to speak. It's not about knowing why, right? I was saying that earlier, why, because it doesn't make logical sense all the time. But it's not about knowing why. We do not need to know why. We need to trust. We need to let go. This life, this human experience is about learning how to let go over and over and over again in so many different scenarios, in so many different ways, and detaching and allowing the universe to take care of us, allow the universe to provide for us. And it's something that we are unlearning and relearning in this healing journey. It's huge. And so kudos for you for wanting to do this inner work. It's big. It needs to be celebrated. Reminding yourself that it is one step at a time. Your intuition, this goes into self-trust, is the fact of we've been so programmed and so conditioned and live in a society where we have to plan the next 600 steps. And while it is so important to have goals and to have a dream that you're working towards, when we can be working towards that goal and taking it one step at a time. The outcome is allowed to look completely different than when we first start out working on our goal. And this is the other thing to remember, guys. We are never really in control. We're never once really in control. We love to think that we are, and maybe we have moments where it really seems that we are, but control is an illusion for probably 99.9%. I'm sure that there is a story out there that you could tell me where, okay, yeah, and the kind of control I'm talking about can be very unhealthy. We can operate more in stress than in trust, flow, and knowing that the universe is going to take us where we need to. And so when you can let go of the belief that I have to be in control, I have to have everything in order, because that was what my brain was trying to tell me when it was like, I need to go get nylons because it's starting to get cold and I need them. I need them now. I can't wait. And it wants to do everything in logical order, where my body is saying to me, no, just wait. Take your gas off. Take your foot off the gas pedal. Just wait. You will see. And this is what happens over and over again when we slow down and we take it one step at a time. So fear is going to try to tell you, you need to worry about all these things. And when you're operating out of lack, out of scarcity, out of worry and stress, that's when you know it's most likely not your intuition. Sometimes we can be in a situation that is very stressful and our intuition kicks in and it knows what to do. But if you're just making a life decision, like you need to go get nylons or not, or you need to go get milk or not, if you're operating out of lack, out of scarcity, out of fear that something bad is going to happen to you, step back, take a break, don't make a decision in that energy, because that's most likely not your intuition. Okay, so I want to make this very simple for you guys. So a simple way to get this started is I want you to do this every single day, okay? You're going to do this exercise every single day for at least 3 weeks. And it's really just asking yourself a question. But for the sake of this exercise, I want you to, in your mind, picture a situation that you're going through right now. It's a decision. Maybe you need to travel and you're not really sure if you should spend money on it. Maybe it's you haven't seen this friend in a really long time and there was wounds that happened, there was boundaries that were crossed, and this person wants to talk again and you just don't know. Whatever it is, I want you to bring whatever you're struggling with, making a decision. So this is a simple exercise in the context of you need to make a decision in something and you're going back and forth and you're like, I don't know. Because decision making is a huge way that you can practice your intuition over fear. So I want you to remind yourself, so center yourself, you can do some deep breathing, stop what you're doing for a minute, because you're going to heighten your consciousness here with this question, okay? So take some time to center before you ask this question for the next 3 weeks if you need to. And the amazing question is this: am I making the decision out of love or fear? Am I making this decision out of love or fear? And if you're a journaler, did I say that right? If you're a journaler, that sounds weird for me. If you're a journaler like me, you like to write, you can even just do this every day for the next 3 weeks. Is just, okay, I've got this decision. And it can be the most simplest thing where you think, oh, I don't even need to think about it. Well, you letting yourself slow down to the simplest thing of going to get a pair of nylons or not, you're going to activate and be proactive in the sense of when something bigger happens, when something seems more on your mind, is stressful, of like, oh, I gotta make a decision, you're gonna know how to tune right into your intuition. So you're being proactive now with this exercise. So every single night or every single morning or whenever works best for you, am I making this decision out of love or fear? And I wanted to bring another example in. So my brother and his wife recently had a baby. And it's super, super, super exciting. Oh my goodness. It is so exciting to see this new life on the planet and all of the things. And of course, it's made me a little bit like, ooh, do I want a baby? And I have, of course, thought about this many times before. And the thing is, if I start to let myself go down the mind loop of, well, it would mean this, and it would mean that I wouldn't be able to work as much, or I would have to spend a lot more money, or I'd have to move to a different place, I'd have to do this. And that is lack, that is scarcity, that is fear. That's exactly what I was talking about before, where I'm letting my mind go down the rabbit hole of endless negativity if I have a baby, if I want to have a baby, okay, right? That's also a thing to echo here is, I'm tapping into a desire, I'm tapping into a want, I'm letting my heart speak. So if I'm going down the rabbit hole of, well, then this and this and this, and it's just negative, it's fear-based, it's, oh my goodness, no, it ends up being a no, I don't want a baby, because I'm just focusing on this part of me that will have to change, and maybe it'll be an adjustment that I don't like. What you focus on grows. And so if you focus on that fear, and that's how you make the decision, it's not really what you truly want. Okay? Now, if I operate in love, and it's wow, I had the power to bring a baby into this physical realm. Wow. I get to learn so much from my baby. I get to grow as a mother and rebirth as a human being, bringing this life into this world. Wow, I get to, right? And so you see the difference. So when I operate out of love in that way, oh yeah, I want a baby. So I hope this makes sense for you. Do that exercise, be committed. You will see a change in how you respond and how you go about your day. You'll feel lighter. You will You will know when your intuition is speaking. Now, if you don't, if you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm doing these exercises and I still don't, stick with it. It's okay. It's okay if your intuition speaks to you and your body's telling you, no, wait, it's okay, you don't need to, and you do it anyways. That's okay. That's part of the learning. That's part of the practice. That's how you are going to master this, is by stepping out, going, okay, I acknowledge that. Next time, I'm not going to hesitate. Okay, you have got this. Okay, another really, really good point is have fun with this. Listening to your intuition gets to be fun. It gets to be a little messy. Right? When I had the nylons, like I'm laughing with myself because it seems so, so, so silly. And, you know, there's been times where I've been in grocery stores debating on what I want to eat for dinner and not knowing and going through the negativity and operating out of fear. And then it's like, Sarah, just stop. What do you really want to eat? Feed your body what you want. And it just works out so beautifully. Like, I'm gonna go to this hiking spot because my intuition is telling me, and it makes no sense. I've never gone here before, but I'm gonna do it and see what magic happens. Like, that's when you can let go of control, when you can step into fun and be more playful, knowing that you're steady and grounded, you are going to see magic. It's all around you all the time, but you're opening yourself up to it more and more and more when you get this into your daily routine. Okay, so that sums up my video about knowing the difference between fear and your intuition. I could talk more and more and more about this topic because it's huge, but less is more when you're on this healing journey. I want you to take those few steps, apply them, and if you want to talk further, we can. But because you are here today, you are one step further in listening to your intuition, developing your own soul talk over operating out of fear, and I'm really proud of you guys. Let me know how this video resonated with you. Leave a comment below, and yeah, let me know how this exercise goes for you. I'm really curious. And as always, the Soul Talk method is open for enrollment. The Soul Talk method is your blueprint. It is your guide to heal your inner child, be safe within yourself again, and awaken more of your purpose, your soul. And I love teaching this course. It's a self-paced study, but you get access to me for coaching, lifetime access, and below it is 50% off until Christmas. So if you are wanting to learn more about that, you can also book a free call with me, a discovery call. I would love to learn about your journey. But for now, I'm sending you tons of love. I will talk to you all soon.